yeah. Carbros USA, yeah.
This is Carbros Podcast episode 72.
The Big 7-2.
The Big 7-2. God, when did we start that joke?
I don't even
Probably
know.
episode 2.
Yeah.
No, maybe probably like the first double digit.
It was like teens,
Yeah.
man.
I don't think we would have done like the Big 7.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
It was
maybe
like-
we would. I don't know. You gotta-
Someone go back and listen to all 72 episodes
Yeah,
and let us
somebody
know.
Well,
let
they just need to listen to like around.
Yeah, I mean, they just-
episode 8 to
They only need to
12.
listen like the first like 10 seconds of each
13.
episode too.
Somebody let us know,
Yeah.
please.
When we finally hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, and so
Yes.
I took a little screenshot of it and posted it on our Instagram.
At 100,000?
I wish, I
Damn.
tried to. It's 100,008, just something like that. It was
That's
close.
terrible.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
at a million,
It
we'll
happened
get
at like 4 a.m. because I went to bed and we were like 8 away, and I was
It
just
happened at like prime time in
yeah.
Mumbai.
And so
Yeah.
by the time I woke up the next morning, it was a little over and stuff. But I posted the screenshot on
Sweet.
Instagram, and one of the people commented, and they were like, "The big 1000000."
Sweet.
Clever.
Man, the one thing I will say about Carbros is consistently our audience is like solid. That's probably like the proudest part about this project.
Yeah.
is-
Although our audience of that aforementioned 100,000 are like real audience is like
yeah, I think real audience is probably I'd say
One-
15 to 20,000. And then like real fans is probably like 2,000.
yeah,
maybe.
that sounds about right.
Yeah.
That's my guess. That's probably the percentages of any
I'd say
channel.
real audience is probably someone that would like recognize the Fieri.
Oh, really? I think that's pretty high.
Well, I mean,
recognize
but-
the Fieri.
but I mean, recognize it like, oh, that's the Carbros Fieri.
oh,
and then
yeah.
like anything above that is just like, I'm here from Final Race.
I like it's STI, fake, but subscribing for some reason.
Yeah.
Even though you've never posted anything else like this.
This
before.
video angers me, but I'm still going to subscribe. Okay, so I forgot to mention this last episode. The Fieri sold, although at the time of this recording, also we still have it.
Yeah.
Joyriding around for nostalgia. But that auction ended with like 400 comments or something. It was like it was a hot.
Is that a high amount of comments even for like Bring a Trailer or no?
You know, I don't think Bring a Trailer count. It's a lot.
Yeah, I assumed it was for like cars and bids since it's pretty new, but I wasn't
hang on.
sure.
Okay, so we edited that, so I looked it up. This is an NSX that just sold on Bring a Trailer. Just average selling price. This is that like $270,000 NSX. It's a 12,000 miles Annnddd edition. This had 78,000 views and 471 comments. And so that must have been a high
Yeah,
comment.
because I was gonna say I don't think
auction.
our auction we didn't have nearly that many views, but
It doesn't post
more.
views.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, dude. It was like posted on. I mean, probably not 70,000, but
Yeah,
I'm sure tens of thousands.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was. Which again, shout out to Doug. Hopefully that gave his site some exposure. Anyways, it was like 400 and something comments, and like, you know, people move on.
Yeah.
It's like done at a certain point. And then this dude, after the auction ended, Map Wheel. I don't recognize the name, but
Sup, Map Wheel.
Sup, Map Wheel, whoever you are. He came in after the fact and commented, "This is shockingly appealing. The style is simple and elegant, not boring," in quotes. "The interior looks world-class comfortable, and the L44 is smooth, torquey, and reliable. Had one in my 85 Citation X11 back in the day." So this is a word for word comment.
It's a throwback to a
Yeah.
throwback.
Where we had made fun of an M30 convertible.
A comment on Bring a Trailer.
A comment when we were talking about Bring a Trailer fluffers.
Yeah.
Where
That was
people-
like years ago.
That was very early.
Yeah.
That was like episode like 4 or
something like that. Yeah.
It was really early. And so
This is the life is rarely sweeter guy, right?
yeah, so the end
Yes.
he's talking about like driving down Highway 1.
Yeah. With the top down.
Windows down in those sumptuous seats, mesmerized by the shimmering Pacific, the warm, salt-tinged ocean breeze, the purring L-44, and the beautiful Miss M. Blonde locks flowing in the breeze. Life is rarely better.
There we go.
So that is the cherry on top.
The final comment.
It's not the final comment.
One thing that I've noticed about our fans is like they dig fucking deep. When they like, I mean, I assume other podcasts are like that, like the big ones at least. But like, I feel like we're pretty small. It's like a feather in our cap to have be like, to pretty small. But like people like go back to shit from like years ago.
That fucking comment. The comment is so sad to put it on that comment. This is shockingly appealing. And like no one on that auction is gonna get that.
No, except us.
Oh my god. I was cracking up. It's so well played. It's so well played. So whoever you are, Map Wheel, thank you for that. That was solid. Love it. Okay. So Garrett bought a new car.
Also shocking because that never happens.
This is only like the sixth time this has happened since we started this podcast 2 years ago.
This year.
So no, I think last we left off, we were like, I was going to get looking at the RAV4 Prime.
Yeah, you had one on reserve.
And
You had gone down a rabbit hole of anger.
Yeah, I was like getting really pissed off at dealers. Although I do have to say, Visalia Toyota, Visalia, California, they actually did get a RAV4 Prime. They took a deposit from me, and they were ready to sell it at sticker price. They got it in, which I think was one of the only dealers like on the West Coast that I know of that was going to sell at MSRP.
Sup, Visalia Toyota.
Yeah, so shout out to them. But we talked about it, and we decided we just didn't want to spend that much money for a RAV4.
How much is it? Like 44?
It was like gonna be like 42 grand.
Okay.
I mean, you get some of that back in
Sure.
rebates and
but
stuff. But it's still like it's a RAV4 that's
I still
touching
can't.
50 grand.
I just can't. Like I'm in and out of the Toyota dealership to buy parts for the Lexus. And like they had one in the showroom, and it's like, how is this thing so hyped at this moment? Like,
I think just because they can't build that many of them.
I guess it's a RAV4.
Yeah, I mean, I like the product a lot, and like I said, maybe like if they ever become like super common, maybe I'll revisit it. Or
it was just wild. The one in the dealer had 10 grand.
Yeah,
markup.
but
like, what?
Yeah, I mean,
so then it's 60. Right?
I'm glad that it exists. But
yeah.
Oh yeah, the one. Yeah.
Did you get? Did we ever talk about that? You had a dealer texting you.
Wasn't it that dealer? I'm pretty sure it was.
Hanley's.
I think it was
Davis.
I thought you were saying in like Hanford or Kingsbury.
No, that was initially. That was like
yeah, you're right. So they had a $10,000 markup
on like a fully
at least
on like a car. No, it was more than that. It was 20.
20.
I think it was one. It
was 19,995,
and that was like on top of a fully loaded car to start with.
Yeah. Anyways, I might have saved that text message. If I did, here it is. If not, sorry. But I was like,
because I would like send these guys thing like, look at this dumb dealer.
Yeah, and so they were texting you, and I was like, you should ask him for like an out the door price with taxes, because I want to see it start with a 7.
And it did.
It did.
Yeah.
For a RAV4, that's fucking like Benz.
Yeah.
70, and he's just like, okay,
and it's like, okay, let me talk to my wife.
Yeah, okay, I'm thinking about it. I think I want to drop 70 G's.
And I think he like came back like a day later. It's like our highest offer is like 15 over or something.
Jeez.
Like
trying to
I probably could have got it for 65 out the door.
Yeah,
not bad. If I would have
problem.
driven a hard bargain.
Then you would have been the first. People would have been cranking their necks at you. Is that a RAV4?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out like who A has that kind of money and B wants a RAV4
is going to spend it on that. Yeah, wild.
It's a weird car to like drop a ton of fucking because it's not like, RAV4 Prime. I saw one driving by. I think it was a Prime.
I mean, outside of the like
XS.
fender badge, if you don't have that specific color, because there's a red that I think you can only get.
I think the wheels might be a little bit different.
It's like
that sounds worth 70 grand. Yeah.
So
Anyways.
let's say I like the car, but I was just like, I don't know if I want to spend that much money on that car because that would have been like the most expensive car I've ever bought. So basically, what we decided is to instead of getting a plug-in hybrid SUV, we just buy a regular gas SUV and an electric car.
Expedition.
Tahoe, Yukon. Just because like it still ended up being cheaper. Like less money invested and then I don't need to drive the Mustang every day if I don't want to. So we've done half of that so far. We bought the other day we got a 2020 Honda Passport.
Cool.
Which Mike just drove about an hour or two ago.
Which I also didn't realize they made until I saw one like a month ago.
I think 2019 was the first.
Yeah, I was like, Passport.
It's not really that. It's not really that special.
I've called it a Pilot at least twice.
It is.
Well, it's like the one thing I will give Honda credit for is like if you like any Honda product right now, you're gonna kind of like them all.
Yeah, you're gonna like the family.
It's like they have built a very consistent.
I think they basically
feel.
have like two.
Maybe that's
they
why.
have like two platforms. There's like the Civic CRV Accord platform.
Yeah.
And then there's like the Odyssey Ridgeline Pilot.
It made sense. They needed a little bit, they needed one more step of resolution in their lineup. But I mean, they're all, it's like choose your size. HRV, is that the Honda? HRV, CRV, Passport Pilot. And it's like, they're all good. They all feel the same. They're all kind of true to.
They're all kind of Honda-ish.
Honda-ish, yeah. I will say, personally, I like the Pilot a little more just because
I just don't really
like,
need the extra space.
It's bigger and it's more expensive and it has more shit on it to break. But like, you know, it's like it has like active engine mounts and like all sorts of, you know.
I bet the Passport has all that.
You think so?
Maybe, well,
I think the Passport is like,
unless it's trim specific.
Yeah, my guess is the Passport is just like a stripped down Pilot.
The Passport is actually more than the Pilot by like a little bit.
Oh, is it?
Like starting price is like a couple. I mean, it's within spitting distance.
Interesting. Okay.
I think it's just like it sits a little bit higher. I think, and
it's like a truncated rear end.
Right. Yeah. They just like cut off the wheelbase is identical. The engine, transmission, everything is identical. They just shortened it a little bit. And lifted it a bit.
Interesting. Yeah, I drove it. I mean, I like it. One thing I will say, we didn't really get up to highway speeds, but the biggest thing I was curious about is road noise, and it seems pretty well controlled.
Yeah, and that's even 20-inch wheels.
Yeah, lower profile tires, but yeah, it was nice. That V6 is nice.
Infotainment's pretty weak, but you're going aftermarket.
The base model just has a weak ass stereo.
Yeah. Frankly, that might be some of the worst steering feel I have ever.
You could not feel every
I didn't
pebble.
know what the front wheels
was going on.
I didn't know which wheels were being
What's
steered.
interesting is I think aside from the Civic, the blue Civic wagon that I technically owned for the Jim Conavinny.
It's the same.
Yeah, I think that is the first all-wheel drive / four-wheel drive car I've ever owned.
Yeah. I mean,
all right, sure.
But I mean, cool. For all the fucking cars I've owned, I've never owned a car that wasn't either front-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive. And I don't know. It's not obviously it's not a 4x4, but it's kind of like yesterday we went and fucked around in like dry lake, which is a bunch of like mud and trails and stuff. It's pretty fun, just like
getting into it.
Like just let's see if I can climb up this sand hill and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so, I don't know.
Cool.
I don't think I'm gonna go rock crawling anytime soon, but
I don't think that's really the vehicle.
No. But it's kind of an interesting way, just kind of like dip your little toe in the water.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't think that would. The nice thing about like these all-wheel drive systems, like Honda's is actually pretty good.
Yeah, it does torque vectoring, and it's like can send like more than half to the rear wheels.
I will say Honda's is pretty good. Toyota's is like kind of a joke.
They're like front wheel drive based,
and like I mean this is front wheel drive based.
Right? No, but I think what a lot of them do is just like if the front wheels are like not gripping, it'll like send some to the back.
Yeah, it's front wheel drive until
it needs it. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Where I think this might be always on.
Yeah, I think like it doesn't because it has like a little readout that shows where
it's sending the
power. If it's going to the front, if it's going to the rear.
Yeah,
it's like which
always
side.
Showing them all.
And then, except when you're just like cruising on the freeway at like 70,
it'll disconnect.
It'll like just be the front.
Oh,
but then like if you're just like, but if you're like in town, like it always has like a little bit on the back.
Yeah. Anyways, it's fine. I think among the all-wheel drives, Subaru is probably the best one.
Yeah.
And then Honda and Acura, I put like beneath, maybe like Audi.
Yeah, they're like SH.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then above that is the like true like dedicated 4-wheel
Body on
drives
frame,
and
yeah.
up like transfer case and stuff like that. But yeah, I liked it. It drove nice. I mean, it feels like a Civic.
Yeah, big,
does,
big
yeah.
lifted. So.
One thing that was surprising is the seating position is very low. You don't feel like you're way off the ground in it.
You don't really, but it does ride pretty high, but yeah, it doesn't really feel like it.
Yeah, I don't know. It felt like I was in a sedan. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but I mean, some people I guess like feeling high. But yeah, I liked it. I mean, the big thing for me again was like, is the road noise controlled? Because a lot of Hondas just aren't.
I think they're like they've been trying to work on
That's
that.
good.
At least in their like more expensive
I'm
stuff.
always like disappointed on that, where it's like,
Kinda
this thing would be
they kinda
good if it
weird,
wasn't
like,
like
tinny.
roaring noise. Yeah, it did sound like a train was passing by. But yeah, solid. Plus, it has VTEC.
Yeah, it's kind of
So, I mean, what else do you need, folks?
That's true.
The tech.
All ready to move on to the next.
Yeah, hit us with it.
Okay, so as I mentioned,
Can I just say, Garrett, we put stuff on the podcast that like we purposely don't want anyone to know about
oh right.
going into it, and he has just had something on here for a month.
Although this one is not that. It's an interesting thing, but I didn't really want you to think about it before.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the point.
Yeah.
But can I tell him what you've named it?
Yes.
The ultimate
All capitals,
caps,
yeah.
hypothetical.
All right.
So we have to sit with this for a month waiting.
Well, but Coinoso has another one that's coming up.
Yeah,
That's true.
We'll get to that in a second.
Mine's even more dangerous.
So anyways, like as I mentioned, so the idea is to like we'll have the passport and then get
Yes.
either lease or buy a cheap electric vehicle.
yeah.
Because we're replacing our Clarity hybrid.
Oh, why?
Because
Because
my dad wanted it.
Oh, really? You're gonna sell it to him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Cool.
he liked it and he wanted something that he
Oh,
could-
and your parents had an electric one,
Right.
and
Yeah.
they have to give it back, right?
Right.
Aren't you
Yeah.
like not allowed to keep those?
Exactly, yeah, because it's like a test car kind of thing. Where
Yeah,
they're just
you're
like
not
doing
allowed to
research.
buy an electric
Yeah,
hype.
it's like lease
Clarity.
Clarity.
It's lease only, yeah.
Yeah.
And their lease is coming up and
And then they're
ending
gonna
in
like
like a
crush
month.
them all. or
And my dad
something.
liked it, but he wanted something he could drive as a normal car as well.
Perfect.
So that worked out pretty well. So anyway, so yeah, the idea is, in probably another month or so, we'll get some sort of electric car.
Okay.
And I've been kind of looking into
RAV4 Prime.
This is maybe a full electric RAV4.
Yeah.
So no, I've been looking into like, we've had a bunch of electric cars before.
Yes.
So I'm kind of leaning towards buying a used one,
Yeah.
like something that's like 12 or 13 grand.
Yeah.
Although recently there's these deals have been popping up on the aforementioned Chevy Bolt.
Oh yes.
which
with a B
Bolt
as
with a
in
B,
boy.
the full electric Bolt.
Yes.
Which I think 2 or 3 episodes ago,
We've talked.
we've
touched
covered about
on
how it's basically like a shit box with a big battery.
Yeah.
And like how it's kind of like a pretty a good, but also like very disappointing.
generally disappointing product.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
what
it's,
it could have
It's
been.
impressive with what they did in terms of
Yeah.
battery. I
Yeah.
guess.
But they just started with a
And
shit
price,
box.
maybe.
Yeah.
But,
And
like,
what it-
but
yeah.
like everything around it is like
They
pretty
really
shitty.
Nissan'd it.
They did, yeah. So there's been deals lately where you can, depending on where you live, you can lease a Bolt
Yes.
for free, basically,
Yes.
or maybe even like come out ahead.
Yeah, the Chevy will basically pay you
Yes, like there's like
to drive
there's
one
like-
of these around and
Right.
advertise.
There's like a bunch of fucking incentives
Yeah.
on these things.
If you will be a human owning this on the road and normalize it, we will give you money.
And normally that's not a problem. Like I've driven the Bolt on a couple of times. I just didn't like it. Like I don't like the interior.
Yeah.
Like it feels weird.
Yeah.
It's not comfortable. The
Yes.
seats are fucking weird. And like my
Yes.
leg hits the dash and like all this other stuff.
But if someone's paying you to drive
And it
it,
looks like a Daewoo. But this
This is the ultimate.
No, this is where it starts to cross in.
All right.
To the ultimate.
The streams are crossing.
Hypothetical. So I don't know if I would take a Bolt, even if it was like cost next to nothing. So here the ultimate hypothetical is
Okay.
it doesn't have to be a Bolt specifically. Let's just say it's maybe something even worse. Let's say maybe like a Chevy Trax,
Okay.
okay.
which is
is
John will find a picture.
Which
of
is
a
so bad, I don't even know what it looks
Okay,
like.
which is
think
probably one of the shittiest new like little miniature SUVs.
It's down at the bottom competing for...
Ford EcoSport.
Okay, good. Okay.
Let's just say.
Is that like its main competitor?
Yes. Okay. Or
Tracks
just
versus-
pick any other shitty new car.
Tracks versus EcoSport. Which one's
Nissan
more
Kicks.
pathetic?
Yeah, Nissan Kicks. That's
Okay. Take your
let's just
pick
say,
of pathetic
so let's just say
bottom feeder.
somebody came up to you right now and says, "Here is a brand new Nissan Kicks, Chevy Trax, or what was the other
EcoSport.
one? EcoSport.
Yeah.
I will give this car to you. I will pay for you own whether you own it or just drive it for 4 years, 3 years. They say like you can drive it for free. Would you take it?
No.
Okay. Okay. What if they said, "I'll pay for your insurance.
No.
I'll pay your gas."
It's just a money thing. Bro, I'm pushing a 15-year-old Lexus.
well, that's what I mean. I think most people, if you came up to them, would say like, "Fuck yeah, I'll take a free."
I think a lot
take
of
a
people
free brand new
would.
car.
Yeah.
I'm just the type
and
where...
I think even most car guys would if they said like, "Yeah, I'll fucking take a free." Like a brand new free car.
The thing for me, and maybe all of us, is like space to me is precious. And so even having this like paperweight of a shit box.
No, but what if it was a fucking Pathfinder? Like a big shitty car, a Ford Flex.
I just do not have room in my life for possessions that I don't love. Like that's my whole thing, and I will blow money on.
Well, that's what I mean. Like even so if someone came up to you with a fucking Hyundai, and they're like, "I will give you this brand new, super safe car with all this technology. You know, I'll pay your gas, your insurance, everything. You will drive this brand new vehicle for free."
Not if I don't love it.
I guess so that's what the hypothetical.
If you're talking about cars and you're talking about people who care a lot about them being surrounded in an atmosphere of this product that you hate, it's like it's miserable.
I have a feeling most car guys would still take it.
I think it depends on their level. I don't know. I mean, where are you at?
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't take it. No, like I have a 3-car garage now, and it's already full of 3 cars.
I guess it also depends on what you have now. Like,
I guess
it's kind of different if like you already have.
I think it's like if you have the means to drive things that aren't bad. Once you get above a certain level,
to be fair, there's nothing bad about it. It's lame. It's super fucking.
I'm just imagining me pulling up.
That's what I mean. That's why it's the
pulling
ultimate
up here.
Hypothetical.
Yeah, coins here.
That's what I mean. But then you're like, no, it's fucking free. I didn't pay anything.
You don't understand.
I'm making money off this.
That's what I mean.
They're paying me.
That's why it's the ultimate hypothetical.
No, I think that is just like
most people would be like, fuck yeah, I'd take a free car.
Yeah, I mean. I hear you. That's just so not my. I'm just a money waste.
That's why it's the ultimate hypothetical, because most people be like, "You're fucking crazy, a free car."
No way. I'd rather be in my Lexus all day.
See, I'm not like that, but I don't think I dislike the Bolt enough where I don't think.
That's the thing. I just don't. If it was a car, the problem with. Like but
if someone came and said like, "I'll give you a Honda Accord for free,"
yeah, you're not talking about cheap cars. You're talking about cars I hate. Like if it was like, I don't know, what's something small. I don't really like the Fit anymore. But let's pretend the Fit was still good.
Yeah,
so I'd be like, what? You know?
So I mean, so it's very specifically tied into like
you're basically
the image.
Saying,
right.
You're basically saying. Is it a product you don't respect?
Yeah, and it's just like the comfort and like your enjoyment when you're actually forced to drive it.
Because seriously, if they were like, "Will you drive a free?" I don't know, like what's an unpleasant car to own? Well, just even anything like even old and kind of shitty but cool.
Like a 2007 335i.
Sure. I don't know. I don't have room in my life, especially for a hobby I'm so intimately like invested in, to like not sleep well at night driving a Hyundai whatever, a Hyundai Sonata or whatever. Actually, Sonata's not bad.
That's what I mean. That's where you get this it's like very.
It's a very fine line.
It's very dependent on personality.
I think so.
Like I'm guessing most people that have like a Miata that they autocross like I would be like, hell yeah, I'll drive one. Like,
I think it's a financial thing, really. Well, I don't know. I guess it is a personality thing.
Yeah.
I do have a lot of friends who just live their life by spreadsheet analysis and like, well,
why would you buy the Honda when you can get the Hyundai?
Or like, I didn't go for the EXL trim level because it was like $1,300 more. It's like, are you out of your fucking mind? Like, I am just way more. I mean, I'm like, don't get me wrong, I'm pretty conservative with my life, but I'm pretty also like, live for the moment.
Yeah.
You know, like drive things you want to drive.
But then, of course, you get into the whole economic thing. There's fucking people that would kill just to have a fucking new car.
Yeah, that's what I mean. As long as you have the means. If it was at the point where it's like, I'm struggling financially, like, of course.
Right.
But if it's basically saying you can drive what you want, or would you want your car to be free or make you money?
Right.
Yeah. Like, nah.
That's
couldn't do it.
That's kind of what I was presented with.
Couldn't do it
with the Bolt.
Yeah.
I think it would be a great deal for people who have like kids that are turning 16, 17. You know?
That's a great deal for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean,
Anyone
if you don't care about the thing we're talking about.
Either people that don't care about cars or that don't care about their daily driver.
Yeah, because it's not a bad product.
Right. None of
it's
them
not.
are.
It's not a Pinto.
They all have fucking cold air conditioning. And
it's a brand new car. You know, we're talking about like these weird, what it could have been, management problems for why it's not like groundbreaking. But yeah, they're fine. They're fine. I see what you mean, but I think you made the right choice. I think used i3. That's like, you gotta go.
The only
there.
thing that I don't like about the used i3, which our friend Ryan that listens to this just bought one.
Sup, Ryan?
And I was checking it out the other day.
Which Ryan?
Ryan Autry.
Sup, Ryan Autry.
Yeah.
We probably have more than one. So anyways, I was checking out his car and I like it a lot. The only thing that I was telling him this is, the only thing I don't like about the i3 is that you can't really get into like the tuner thing with it.
Oh, you can't.
There's like
you can't make money for your day job. I bet you could.
Well, there's just nothing really to.
There's nothing to do.
It's like an i3 is just like, it is what it is.
Is there any electric car where you can?
Well, I mean,
mod?
like the aforementioned Bolt. I mean, like you could like put some cool wheels on it and like lower it down.
Doesn't Volk make some like 20 by 3.5?
I don't think they do. It's just like the i3 is just like
you get.
I guess you can lower it, which I do like though. I do like.
The
I mean, but it wouldn't be any different than your Clarity right now. It's like you can't do anything to that.
No, that's true. But I mean, like I don't know. Some people like fix up Leafs.
I mean, I would say the i3 is cooler than your Clarity.
Yeah, and the i3,
it's a more unique car.
The thing I like about the i3 is that at least they like whatever they were trying to do, they actually tried to do it.
Yeah,
it's like that thing's pretty bold, really.
I mean, it's an expensive ass car,
and it's like a full carbon.
I mean, it's like the price is like the same as a Tesla.
Honestly, I could see the i3
depreciates like a rock.
Like, frankly, I could see the i3 becoming sought after in the future, especially if people figure out how to like mod the battery and like.
What I just want to fucking learn how to mod is like put some like wider tires on it.
Yeah, I wonder what those fenders can accommodate.
You might be able to step up from like a 175 to like a 195,
like a stretched 195. Yeah, I don't know. I've just also heard they're fun to drive. Like, it's still a BMW. I haven't driven one. And that interior, like, I think that's a great product.
It's a really cool. It's a really good car.
I'm not shocked it didn't sell that well because like it's not that good as a car.
Well, it's really expensive.
Yeah, it was just expensive when it came out.
The Bolt is a better product from that regard. But if they're cheap, are they cheap?
The early ones are like $12,000 now
because their range is like 80. Janky.
They like slowly bumped it up over the course of the year.
Yeah, if it's like your solidly third car, that's that's killer. That and the Fiat 500e.
Yeah, the 500 I own.
Those are the only two electric cars outside of the Tesla range that I've been like, cool.
And the Bolt.
Those are neat. Yeah, the Bolt. I don't know why, because like a Bolt and the 500e aren't that different. It just the 500e just has a lot of character to it. They look cool.
The Bolt, I don't know. It's just like the only thing people ever talk about the Bolt is the range. They're like, this thing will go, it'll go 250 miles. Like, who fucking cares? I don't drive 200 miles in a sitting. This isn't my tracks. It's free.
Yeah, you have to like put a banner on it.
It makes sense. Well, then they do. I mean, just to go back to that hypothetical, people will literally fucking take money to put like some lame ass fucking advertisement
on their door and stuff like that. Yeah,
there's people out there that is for. We are just not one of them. Okay, so maybe
wait, hold on. Anyways, just to cap off this hypothetical. So the reason why it's interesting is it's kind of like it's basically a test of like how big of a car. Well, I guess how big of a car guy you are / your means.
Yeah.
If you would ever turn down a brand new free car
that you hated.
Yeah.
Well, that you just thought was
that just did nothing for you. It's kind of like Cobalt Theory meets your wallet kind of thing. The Bolt Theory. Bolt Theory. Yeah.
If you ever get to the stage where you would like turn down a brand new free car, like
if I ever see you like pushing a Bolt, I'd be like, dude, do you need money?
You fucking love cars.
do you is everything all right?
Like you are heavily fucking invested in what you drive. I guess.
I mean, I think if you have the space, truly, it'd be like, sure, put a Bolt on the side yard.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that is kind of what I
like, I don't know. You have to pick up your friend and he might puke. Like, take the Bolt. You got to go, like, move some lumber or something. You're going to go pick up trash on the side of the highway, put it in the Bolt. You don't want to tarnish your Civic. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think a month ago now, I told these guys that I had a hot take that was so atomically hot.
This better be good, better than my ultimate fucking
it was gonna blow the windows out of this room.
And as Coin mentioned a minute ago, we've been staring at this for quite a while.
I've just been staring at it, and I've just been going, ooh,
you've been fluffing it up.
You
hard.
guys are not even going to be.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm here to tell you it's not that hot. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know the right way to reveal it though.
You didn't have enough time to think this over.
Well, there's two avenues.
You're having a kid. No.
Yeah. I want to reveal it on this podcast. Okay. Here's how I think I'm going to say it, and then I'm going to tell you the runner-up headline. The first one is Acura is back.
All right. Didn't we talk about this?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how you came
about how you couldn't fathom anyone would own an Acura.
No, I didn't say that.
Isn't that what you say? Or like they have no identity?
Well, I was just saying like they've always kind of been looking for. They've been
struggling. They've been riding the struggle bus.
They've never been bad. They're just
okay.
They've never been Lexus.
Here's the runner-up thing. I think the most desirable crossover on the road at the moment, other than the Macan
and the Passport,
but not ahead of the Passport, but not that far behind the Macan, is the 2019 and newer Acura RDX.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Which I did not know anything about until I the only time I consume YouTube is when I'm eating Chipotle, basically. Where it's like, I've got 10 minutes.
Chipotle.
Yeah.
All right, take a quick break.
Okay, it's happening.
We'll be right back.
But I mean, look at a few reviews for this thing. It's like, I thought, as you would suspect, it's like a CRV with leather.
Technically, well, in a way, it technically is.
Size-wise.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Platform-wise, it is.
Not the same platform.
Is it?
Not,
what?
And they make a big deal out of it. Because you would just be like, surely.
Well, because I could have sworn it was the same as like this. I thought like the Civic, the Accord, the CRV, and the RDX.
It may start with it, but it does not share.
Well, it's kind of like the difference
platform.
between, like a Type R has the same motor.
Yes.
And the Accord has the same motor.
Here's what I'm looking at. Same motor as the whatever, Type R.
2-liter turbo, yeah.
Or the same as the Accord. Although in the Accord, it's 250 horsepower or something?
Yeah.
So this is 280, but the difference between the Type R and this one, it's like there are differences, but it's pretty minimal.
It's probably like cams and turbo.
Yeah, it's like they tweaked stuff, but it's like you wouldn't be laughed out of the room if you said it was a Type R motor.
Right. Mm-hmm.
The transmission sounds kind of meh. It's an Acura 10-speed, and so it's not like banging off shifts, but it's not bad. Sure. And I suspect they'll fix it with software. And especially the top trim model is adaptive shocks. Yeah. And it sounds like they're good. Mm-hmm. Watch any review, they're like, this thing handles like X3 Macan.
Mm-hmm. Even though it's front wheel drive based
level. I think it might be the same all-wheel drive system as that, but it's their super handling all-wheel drive.
I think the one in the Passport and the one in the Acura is the same thing.
Yeah, it might be similar.
I think the Honda one might be a little bit like tuned more, like a little less sporty.
Yeah, so this is tuned.
But
no one's taking this thing off road.
It's the same hardware.
Yeah, and so it sounds, from what I can deduce from watching reviews, is that it's actually very fun to drive.
Don't you remember when I talked about the commercial for that thing?
I was gonna say I've seen newer commercials for it, which is
I know I did it on the podcast. Long fucking
about
time.
how it's like getting it like it's getting
shows
sideways
the guy
and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
That
was the car?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, because at the Acura come drive our car event, they have a dirt lot. And they drift it. Like they want you to.
Because I was going to say, I saw a new ad for it, on YouTube.
That's funny, because when we were looking at those ads, it's like, what a joke. You couldn't do this in that car. And now I'm looking at it, it's like, oh, this thing is actually sporty.
Well, I was picturing it more from you probably could do that, but who is ever going to drive an RDX?
Now they see it getting sideways in the dirt and stuff like that. And then they end it with it driving next to an NSX.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean,
Family tree.
It sounds like they did a really good job with it, and I want one badly. And the stereo is sick. Yeah. No, I mean, it's
the Passport is basically just an off-road version of that. With
the
V6.
Passport is way
tame,
softer.
Yeah. Well, that's it's similar. Well, I guess the platform is different, but
it's just bigger.
Yeah, the all-wheel drive
whatever. This is I don't think you would really own an RDX.
I guess I would say they're both different enough from a CRV to have their own identity.
I guess the thing for me is I want to like the CRV so much, but it's just so kind of
and they're just fucking everywhere.
That too, but it's just a CRV is you buy it because the Excel spreadsheet told you to, kind of, and it's I do like them.
Passport's more of an emotional.
Yeah, the Passport's more of an emotional.
No, but I think the deal that we got on the Passport was cheaper than a comparable CRV would have been.
Yeah, so I'm sure. Yeah, the money worked out. That's enthusiast speak right there.
My spreadsheet.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like they really tried with the RDX, and it's.
And they nailed it.
Dude, look at the previous RDXs. They're dorky as hell.
I'm just saying, anytime you say they really tried,
it
just makes you think of the Saturn thing. Yeah.
You have to phrase it as not being ironic.
Yeah,
it's true.
I mean, it's pretty good.
Anytime you describe a car as the quote unquote
really tried. Yeah.
Well, some of them they fucking didn't. I don't know. The tracks.
Yeah.
Come on, they really tried.
It's you're going to tell me you tried on this? At least tell me you didn't try.
They tried pretty hard to work within the minuscule fucking budget that
it's
GM
it's when I used to TA in grad school, and people
teacher's assistant. Yeah.
People would turn in stuff. Yeah. People would turn in papers, and it's you didn't try on this. So I don't feel bad giving you a D because you didn't try. It's not a mark of your ability. It's a mark of would you fucking try harder, please? Where the tracks, it's you didn't try on this thing. You could have. Where the RDX, it's they clearly took it serious.
Yeah.
They aimed at BMW and Audi and whoever, and it's it is kind of expensive, but it's cheaper than those options, and it competes at that level. And it's a Honda. It's not going to explode.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's my atomic take. Is I actually want that thing.
Damn.
And when we talked about what could be the crossover that when do they make the cool one? I feel they're close with that. And I think what it is their toppest trim has the adaptive suspension. None of the other ones do. And then they have an A-spec one, which is just an appearance package.
Yeah.
And at some point, if they merge the adaptive suspension and the A-spec,
or they just put it on a Honda and charge $30,000 for it.
Yeah, I mean, or they make a Type S one. It's close. It's got the ingredients.
Well, I assume that probably has this. Well, the Type S, is it? Fuck, I forget the name. That new
TSX,
sedan.
No, the sedan. Yeah. I know the one we saw at the Quail.
Yeah, the production version.
TSX, isn't it?
No,
it's not. TLX, RX.
Fuck.
TX.
I know TLX is one they currently have, but I can't remember if they changed the name.
TXRX. I swear it's called the TLX.
I think it might be TLX Type S.
I think so.
But that's why I was going to say Acura's back, because that thing's pretty good too.
That's like the sedan version. It's going to have this, although
no, that thing's got like a twin turbo V6.
I think the base one
something.
has the same motor as the
okay.
and then like the
base,
the Type S has.
I'm not a base kind of guy. If they put that sick, see, the thing is, I'm just done with sedans. Like, I'm
as dumb as this is, like after buying, even just driving that Passport for like a few days, it's like I can fucking see why people like
it's great.
Don't want to go back to like like kneeling down to get
no. I want fucking space and size. Yeah. I want you to
one of the
get
things
out of my way.
I guess whether it's a sedan or an SUV is like the width of a car is like very fucking important to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like anytime you're riding in a car with someone, it's like
the 4Runner. Literally, two people can't have there. It's like sharing a seat in a plane.
It's like fighting.
You have to like assert yourself early.
Can you feel my body hair on your?
Yeah.
body?
The 4Runner. Literally, I can almost unlock the door without reaching, without
like leaning.
My normal arm length. It's so narrow, but I can thread that thing through a fucking needle.
Yeah, on the other hand,
backing it in, it's incredible. Where the Lexus is like, what?
A little bulgier.
There's an armrest that's separate from the center armrest. they had to add an armrest because you couldn't reach is much different and harder to park because of it. But yeah, I don't know. There's kind of a sweet spot. And this country just makes it easy to own bigger vehicles, which is like, it's just a reality.
Unless you happen to
unless you're in like
big cities.
Tight city. But yeah, I don't know. It's like I used to be like tiny car, and now I'm like, fuck it, big. Give me the big boy.
Yeah,
full on.
I want to step up into a car instead of step down.
The excursion.
Yeah. The M5. I mean, I like the M5 not because it's a sedan, just because of the package, but it's like it's done. They may as well make an X5M that's like drastically better and different. Try to make a new
model,
impressive SUV M thing, because that segment is ready. It's hot. It is time. They're finally there. SUVs were like a joke, and then they were too big and bad.
They were either like trucks, or they were just like a
Chevy Trax,
or they're just like a normal car that rides 2 inches higher.
A Nissan Murano or something. And it's like they're there. They've hit the off-road ability without needing the
body on
heavy drivetrain that gets shit mileage. But you still sit up high and they're capable. It's like they're good now. They're good. I'm for it. Where before everyone's like, crossover. The crossover apocalypse. They're there.
I'll take a Mitsubishi Mirage any day.
They're there. Sedans are dead. It's over.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Maybe that was my atomic take. Okay. So I don't know. This is just
say that we're all finally SUV drivers.
Yeah, we're all finally
stepped up.
Only one of us has a child, but between the three of our vehicles, we can move like 16 people or something. No, more than that, right? 10, 17.
Well, think of all the tents.
17 people. Can you get third row in a Passport? No, you can't.
You gotta go pilot.
Dude, just get a pilot. You made the wrong move.
I don't fucking need a third row.
Not yet.
Even if I have another kid, the fucking seat in that thing's huge.
Each kid gets their own row.
Come on, man.
You want to deny your kids their own row?
Yeah.
Kind of father. Okay. I just sort of like placed this in here, but we last episode, and maybe not next episode, but this episode, we're continuing the tradition of something we're calling 5-second takes, which is basically just the dust of podcast topics that falls to the bottom that literally doesn't even have a follow-up statement sometimes.
Just something we want to put out there.
It's just something to throw out there. And so the first one I have that really shouldn't even have made it on here, and I apologize, is that Hammerhead Sharks just look dumb as hell. Has anyone
Has anyone ever analyzed?
Like we were like, man, hammerhead sharks are terrifying. And then after making that statement, I like Googled.
Yeah, you went down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, I was like, actually, these things are pretty dumb looking.
I mean, they're very dumb looking if you look at it like that.
They're very dumb looking. Here's an image.
Especially because hasn't like the character of like someone dumb is like their eyes are super
they're just sort of like derpy looking.
It started with like those brainlets that you guys love so far, where like the images just started getting further.
Hammerhead shark. So here's a hammerhead shark.
Look how dumb it looks.
How dumb it looks.
What's like the evolutionary reason for their eyes?
I'm sure it's got
I looked into
Okay,
those
all
things.
right, lay it on us.
I think it's like they can like see like 300 or 180 degrees.
Can their eyes see 180?
Yeah, it's like they're like their eyes are super fucking dumb looking.
Yeah, but the fact that they're so far out though, it does mean that there is like a meter of blind spot probably.
If
Like
you
if
hang out in the
something's
middle.
right, if something's right on its
kill a hammerhead as you go at it head on.
Yeah, you got to karate chop it.
Yeah.
Split its
Straight
skull in half.
Yeah.
You grab it by the eyes and break it in half. You stupid shark. Put your foot on its head. Pull. Okay. This is more of a 12-second take.
I think we just found the thumbnail for this episode.
Yeah, done. Okay, the other one is Savage Geese.
What's up, Goose?
What's up, Goose?
Dale.
First and only guest we've ever had on here, I think.
Yes.
Until we have him again.
What's up, Dale? Until he returns for his follow-up checkup appointment of venting. I watch most of his stuff, unless it's like a Chevy Trax.
He had good things to say about the RDX.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone does. I mean, it's like it's solid. He recently did a video about the Terminator 03 Cobras, which are just like, I think those are, I mean, they're only ever going to get cooler, but like I'm just reminded.
That's like one of the first cars that I remember like being aware of when it was new.
Yeah.
Because like all the other, even like the stuff like the Supra,
They had already been around.
Well, I mean, like I was fucking
like
8 when that thing came out. I'm like, look, there's no fucking 8-year-old that's all like
watching.
Yeah, but it's like I was, we were like what? That was like we were like 17.
Yeah,
16
it was
when that
new
thing came
now.
out.
Yeah.
And it's like, the fucking 03, like that was like we had licenses and that was like
You could have one.
that was like the apex predator of like high school.
Yeah, they're great. They're cool as hell. The look is like classic. I mean, they're only gonna age better, except they're piles of shit. Except for that part.
Yeah.
Except their underpinnings go back to 1979.
Yeah, you need it as like not only a third car, but like a third fun car. Because it's just like, I gotta get in the Cobra, But they're very cool cars. Anyways, Goose and his sidekick, what's that guy's name? Jack. What's up, Jack?
What's up, Jack?
And Goose. They did a review of it, and previously we had talked about this ZR1 review from the 90s where the dude's just banging gears and it was like pretty sick. I just want to call attention to probably the best downshift and punch it I've ever seen on YouTube, which is Jack driving. Goose just sort of like chills now. I don't think Goose drives anymore.
Jack does the heavy lifting.
Yeah, Goose is like in the back seat. But this is Jack driving. So I just enjoy, if you haven't seen it. I mean, the review's solid, but like this is definitely the highlight. This is probably the highlight of Goose's whole channel. This is fucking down.
This one moment.
By the way.
So Mark, we're in a Terminator Cobra, and before we talk about anything else, let me demonstrate something for you. Holy shit.
Like, man, he fucking gets.
Did it like break traction the moment he fucking
I don't know what but he's also just like his.
Dude, just
his pure emotionless.
Yeah,
All right, hold
the
on.
look on his face. It looks like a freaking like Top Gun pilot, like engaging the enemy.
Let's do it again. We're gonna watch it again, so we're gonna make you watch it again too.
Let me demonstrate something for you. Holy shit.
Fucking just rips 2 downshifts off.
Yeah.
Like, it couldn't have gone better.
No.
And there's likely not a better car to do that in. Fucking like winding that blower up and punching it.
I think it's basically like a shitty fucking Hellcat.
Yeah, it's like shitty Hellcat. It's perfect. I'd a billion times rather have a Hellcat.
Unrefined Hellcat.
Yeah, as if a Hellcat is nice. Anyways, I saw that and I was like, I almost spit my guac out. It was just like, yeah, nice, solid. It was good.
Damn Chipotle.
Yeah. Anyways, that was a bit more than a 5-second take, but hats off. Good job, Jack. Solid. And it must have been the first take because Mark's always like, whoa. Is that his name, Mark?
Yes.
At one point, we called him Dale.
Oh, yeah.
The coin
Dale.
just dubbed him Dale.
It's either Dale or Mark. Yeah. Okay. This kind of just dropped in here. This is more of like a minute take. Traction control. I think we merged 2 topics, but traction control.
Yeah, Coin puts something about like old traction control.
Well, here's where I got
systems.
into it. Like, do you remember when traction control is new? Basically, 03 Cobra, it might have it.
I think like the Z06 has it.
Yeah, where
The
it's
C5.
like, it was always just like, ugh. I'm like, ugh, traction control. Like, it steps in and just grabs you. And like,
That was basically what it did.
it was amazing that it had it because
Yeah.
it was like, you can't spin out in the rain and stuff. But it was like, how do you turn the traction control off? You know, and now they're like, don't turn the traction control. Like, you
Please
can
don't.
like hold a drift with
Yeah,
it.
like my Mustang is like that with nothing. Like you can get like pretty decent amount of fucking angle without like touching anything.
Like, you would not want to turn. I mean, you can if you're, I don't know, people better than us want it off.
I turned everything off when John and I went to autocross last weekend, and like it took some time to wrestle
adjust.
with it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can see why you do it in a situation like that.
Sure.
But yeah, in daily driving,
Street and
gotta-
stuff like
you got to be
that.
fucking committed to fucking getting sideways.
I mean, they are just, they're so good now where it's like levels of dial in how much slip angle you want
Yep, that's
in the traction control. And it's like, they're awesome. You don't hear anyone say it's too intrusive. It's like they're like race tuned traction control now. Where I don't know, it's just kind of making me think like how when it first started, it was like, ugh. It's just like,
it would just like stop
everything.
mid apex. It's just like traction control. They were pathetic and bad, and so hats off.
It's off to
Computers,
software.
software.
Yeah, so that I guess sort of related.
It's related,
and I think
sure.
we've talked about this before. But
A couple times.
Okay, so actually this is kind of like a whole nother topic where we talked about like the generic car enthusiast. How it's like I'm a car guy.
Yeah,
All right.
We talked like
I'm into Toyota trucks.
well, it's more like Ayrton Senna. He's the best.
Yeah.
No, I got you.
You can kind of run into this where this is related where if you meet someone and they ask you a car question, I'm sure people do this, and you say, do you know about cars?
Right.
Like, I will tailor my answer.
Right.
You know?
Yes
or
or
if they
no.
say like, what do you drive? It's like, do you know about car?
yeah.
I will either say a Mustang,
Right.
or I will like levels. And then a lot of people be like, yeah. And then you answer, and it's like, they do not. They do not. That's kind of car enthusiast where it's like, I'm into cars.
Well, there's that, but I'm talking more like where there's this very kind of curated image of a car, like
they bought the car enthusiast like
Starter
kit
Yeah,
off
it's like
Amazon.
I've seen every episode of BBC Top Gear.
Yeah.
Like Ayrton Senna is my favorite driver.
Yeah.
I love the Miata. It handles like this kind of like Gulf livery. Yeah, like it's just kind of like very like specific. Like
Sure.
I'm a car guy.
Yeah.
Where it's like there's a little bit of like you're trying to like look kind of high class.
Sure.
But anyways, like.
I'm sure that exists in all hobbies.
Right, yeah, it's kind of like it's like a textbook.
I'm into watches.
It's like you take the
I've got a G-Shock.
You take the kind of starter kit, everything else that's cool and popular.
That's a good way to put it. Car guy starter kit.
Yeah,
is basically applied.
Yeah. So, anyways, like most of the people that kind of follow that mantra are like manual transmission. Like it's got to be manual or go home.
Yeah.
Save the manuals. Which in a way I'm like that for most cars. Well, yes, a lot of cars.
Yeah.
And although automatics can be pretty fucking good.
It honestly these days it depends on the car for me.
Yeah.
Like just off the bat, I'm just like Golf R manual, Type R, or sorry,
Automatic.
auto.
Yeah.
Type R manual.
Yeah.
M2 competition auto.
Right.
It's like dual clutch.
And then you get to
I'm gonna shift that thing.
and then you get to something like a Mustang, and it's kind of like,
yeah,
especially if the automatic is good.
Mustang is just such a
Like
blue collar.
Yeah. So automatic still feels a little.
They're both
weird.
good. I don't know.
But
Can't go
anyways,
wrong.
so I'm pretty open to automatics in general.
Yes.
Probably more so than like the textbook
Sure.
car guy might be.
Especially these days.
But there's nothing that fucking irritates me more than when you see like an old, not super old, but like a 70s or 80s or even 90s sporty car with an automatic.
Oh yeah,
You're just like, fuck. Like,
well, that's
why?
where that really came.
I guess
from.
that's where the roots
It's
are.
because it was like you either have the manual or you clearly don't care about the car.
You're just fucking out of it.
Yeah.
like an NS.
Yeah, like I'll see like stuff, and the thing is, they're not like these days. Obviously, sticks are fucking rare.
Yeah.
Like
Sure.
because there's no reason to get one unless you specifically want one.
Yeah,
It's like you kind of choose your own.
yeah.
But like back in the day, like you had to fucking commit to getting an automatic. You had to be like, okay, I know it's going to be slower. I know it's
Yeah.
going to get worse fuel economy, but I don't want to shift.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
just like, well,
I know,
the
and like-
wife drives it,
and it's not
or
like
something.
the if you get the automatic, you'll lose a couple tenths in the 0 to 60.
No, it was
but
like
it's
it was like a different car.
yeah, like if you drove something like an 85 Supra,
Yeah.
and, non-turbo, like
Yeah.
5-speed with a whatever, like
yeah.
425 fucking gears.
It may as well be
versus
a
like,
truck.
Yeah, and it's just I'll just.
It's basically like, do you want the car or do you want the car and you don't know how to operate it properly?
Yeah.
And so we'll help you drive it.
to the best of our limited.
Do you not know how to shift?
We can figure this out.
You can still have the car. like don't let not knowing how to drive stick stop you. We offer it.
You can still get it.
You can have the car.
We'll alter it.
If you knew how to drive stick,
You would obviously-
this is not an option for you.
like the Taurus SHO is a good one.
Yeah.
It's like that car. Like a lot of the cars,
oh
like
yeah, that
back
did
then-
have an auto.
Yeah, it's
huh?
like they'd have fucking like different cams and stuff.
Yeah.
For like the auto.
It was like the auto can't keep up.
didn't the automatic
With this
show like actually
motor.
have a bigger motor for the automatic?
The 3.2
And
because
and all the sticks were 3.0s, right?
yeah, maybe it was something like that. It didn't rev as high.
Yeah, it's just like they are
just-
fucking like
It was
tame.
very different. Yeah, those cars really were. And that's why the enthusiast cars would only have stick.
Right.
Not because that's an enthusiast transmission. They were just like,
They
We don't
were
want
not-
to.
they
Yeah,
could
we don't
not
want to
go
deal with it.
away.
Yeah.
If this is not for people who can't figure it out.
Right.
Where that's not true anymore. It's not
Right.
like, oh, you can't drive stick, get the manual. It's like, no, I want the like faster one that I can like rip shifts off.
Right, yeah. Gets better mileage.
Drift.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can like bang off lightning fast
Right.
shifts and like do everything better.
So I think it's like because the modern ones are so good. When I see an old one, it's just like, why did you get
yeah.
this car with? There'll be stuff like I'll look at like old like Celicas and stuff.
yeah.
Or even like a 240SX. You're just like,
Yeah.
you got an automatic. Like,
Well, 240SX or Celica, honestly, it's like
I mean,
they
like-
were trying to appeal to a wide audience,
Yeah,
you know, like that kind of stuff. I don't know. Yeah, it was just a different time.
just
Manual
like-
only now. I mean, they're honestly,
it's rare.
and they're not that good.
Yeah.
like
Yeah, most-
they're just not that good because I think it's because engines are so powerful and crazy responsive and quick revving.
Yeah.
It's like you'd better have this manual that is just this precise. It better be as good as the motor.
Right.
where old motors weren't that good. It was like, it's a big V8. And it's like, yeah, and I've got this big old manual transmission.
Yeah.
And I'm just banging gears and revving. And now it's like, you've got this state-of-the-art high-tech power plant, and you're the asshole
The human
holding it back at 8,000 RPM. You're shifting a lever. Like, get the fuck out of the way. This thing's trying to. You got this F1 drivetrain, and oh no, take the shifter part out, and
Yeah, it's just funny because like it's basically they've fucking flipped. It's like now you get a stick, like because you so desperately want to have a stick,
yeah.
and then the auto like.
But I mean, frankly, even some of them, it's like it's not that good of a. It's a good auto,
Right.
And the sticks, this
Like
like
mediocre.
rubbery, and it like
Yeah.
holds less power.
Yeah.
It's like, well, the manual blow up at 500 horsepower, but the auto you can run like 8s, and I don't know.
But that's like, but it's like back then they would like, going back to the spreadsheet. It's like the spreadsheet would tell you to get the fucking manual.
Oh my god,
And
they were like a second faster.
Yeah.
And they would get like 6 better miles to the gallon.
Yeah, yeah. It used to be,
And they were
like,
cheaper. And they're fucking cheaper.
and more reliable.
Yeah.
It
Like
used-
every I guess that's why I get so mad when I see one.
Yeah.
It's like back then every sign was telling you not to get the automatic.
unless you
And people
weren't
were just like,
comfortable
no,
driving. Yeah,
I can't drive a stick, or I don't want to drive a stick.
yeah, like an 80s BMW.
Yeah.
An auto. Yeah, you're like waiting for it to blow up. It's all fucking black magic. Yeah, it used to be like, oh, how fast can this car go? It's like, all right, well, check the manual times,
Yeah.
check those 5-speed times. And now it's like, well, check the dual clutch time for its absolute max performance.
Yeah, it's
But like,
it's
I'm not a
flipped.
numbers guy. Now it's turned into like, well, if you only care about numbers,
it's more
get the
about
automatic.
emotion.
If you only care about maximum
I
performance.
personally like Ayrton Senna. I thought he was a good driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, the death of manuals, in my opinion, is because manufacturers don't make that good of manuals. Not because people choose not to do it. It's because the autos are so good, and the manuals. Like, when was the last time someone was like, "This is an incredible
Transmission.
manual
Yeah.
and clutch setup"? It's like few,
Maybe like the Miata.
and
But
like
that whole car is specifically designed.
right,
for
Yeah.
that.
new. I would say the Camaro stuff is like
It's pretty
that.
good, dude.
And it's like the Mustang stuff sucks. The GT350 is good.
Yeah.
but,
The
like,
Type R had an awesome manual.
yeah, Type R was
Yeah.
great, but that's Honda.
Yeah.
But even that, I'm kind of disappointed that they had all those like shifter issues, and they didn't
Oh,
just
yeah.
fucking like double the synchros on that thing, like
Oh,
out of the
you
gate
would.
or something. I mean, I'm sure maybe that was just a few people being like,
Honestly, I bet that car would be fucking good, but like a really good 10 speed.
yeah, the accurate tens.
Yeah.
Like the drivetrain in the RDX. Yeah. No, I don't know. It's kind of like, it's down to the personality of the car.
And plus, and the other thing is like, it used to be like a race car in the 70s or 80s, 90s.
Yeah, it was manual.
Like every race car was a fucking manual. And now I don't think a manual race car exists.
it'd have to be like a class.
Like a spec Miata
Yeah.
or something. But like no fucking GT car has a
Yeah.
manual.
right.
Yeah, that's why, like, honestly, I kind of don't like the Camaro ZL1 1LE
With a manual.
because it
manual.
has a man. You can't get it with an
That's just
auto.
like too much to fucking
That's like,
handle.
what? I don't want to try. Or like the GT500 is only auto. And it's
Right.
like, of course.
Yeah.
What kind of asshole would try to shift that 700 horsepower track weapon? Oh, I'm gonna
Oh,
When
whoops.
I nail that
I'm gonna
heel
shift
toe.
it. Yeah.
Dump the clutch.
So glad I'm not good at heel towing because it ends up not mattering with rev matching and stuff. Okay. What time are we at?
A little over an hour.
Okay. Let's do oh geez. All right, let's just fucking go for it. We've got usually I turn off the car.
Creative juices.
Usually I turn off the car related ones at the very end, but they're kind of piling up here, so I'm gonna say and finally,
We'll see.
but it's a pretty long runway. Okay, so we have now determined 5 years ago, John received a text.
Yes.
John was minding.
It was a nice spring day.
And we've now confirmed
It's actually 5.5 years ago now. But
it was on April.
Spring of 2015.
Spring of 2015. John's chilling.
Yep, at home.
Just living his life.
Yep.
He receives a text which apparently just said "Hola."
Yep.
Is that correct?
From just a random local number.
A number that he did not recognize.
Yeah, but it was local.
But it was the right area code.
It was not a spam.
Right.
But yeah, it just said "Hola."
And so like
ignored
most
it.
people, I just disregarded this text.
He did not reply.
Yeah.
John does not speak Spanish
John
normally.
does not speak
a little bit of Spanish.
Fluent
not in your
Spanish.
daily
Yeah.
text.
Yeah.
Did not
nah,
speak
yeah,
fluent
yeah.
Spanish. So he chose to ignore it.
Yeah. And then about 10 minutes later,
A couple minutes passed.
I received another text from the same number, and it was like a 3-parter where it happened in 3 stages.
Yeah, he thought it was over.
Yeah.
It was not over.
So he hits me with a picture of himself.
First, this picture.
Yes. Let's follow it up.
Which I can just tell you is now like Carbro's lore.
Yeah.
Like this,
We should actually put it. John was saying he was looking for some stuff to decorate this room. But I said,
Yeah. I just need to get a blow pen of this.
yeah.
And
So,
so
like
I-
this probably gets reposted in our group chat like maybe once every 2 months
Yeah.
for the past 5 years.
Yeah, we reminisce on it.
This
Yeah.
dude's face.
And then, instantly that caught my attention. So I was like, all right, what's going on here? And then about 10 seconds later, just the text that says, soy yo.
Soyo, which usually accompanies this picture when we repost it to each other.
For those of you that don't speak Spanish like John,
It says, this is me.
This is me.
Yeah.
Soyo.
And then about another 10 seconds later, another text that said, El muchacho de anoche vale. Contigo al final me distos tu número.
Okay.
Which
So
coin is translated.
I looked it up. Basically, it threw me off because he
are you
wrote
talking about the muchacho?
the muchacho threw me off because he wrote vale, which I think what he meant was ballet
With a B?
He misspelled dance.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah.
And so basically what that means is, hey, it's the boy who you were dancing with at the end of the night and gave me your number. And gave your number.
Yeah.
So somebody fake numbered this poor dude.
Or they either miswrote it or
We're not sure.
I like to imagine that she just wrote down a random number
really?
and it turned out to be
Oh,
me.
really? No,
That's what I like.
I like to imagine that he was like seriously in fucking love, and and that she liked him.
Yeah,
too.
and he just danced his ass off.
But she either wrote a number wrong,
Or he typed it in wrong.
or they were
Yeah.
drunk
Yeah.
or something. Yeah, and then it just went to you, and there was just never to be.
So basically, it's a misconnection.
Yes.
But the part that lives on is this dude's face. I'm just gonna put it up again. And so
Yeah, he's trying real hard to look good in this
putting
photo.
himself out there. That is the most putting yourself out there I've ever seen. This is me. Unconfirmed whether that's a real Burberry shirt or not.
Yeah.
We're not sure. Anyways, now you know the
origin story behind
the story of Soyo.
Now we always go back of whether
Yeah.
John should finally
I know. I
respond.
should just respond 5 years
Text
later.
is still in his phone.
Yeah, I still have
It's
it.
still an active,
Saved.
still an active one. Yeah. Soyo.
Like, oh, sorry, I missed this.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
do you want to get dinner?
Yeah.
You were such a good dancer that night. So glad I gave you my number. Okay. And still finally.
And
So during the pandemic, when the pandemic first started, I'm friends with the owner of the gym I work out at, and it's like they closed back when that was shocking news. And I was like, hey, do you think I could borrow some dumbbells? Because I don't own any. That's why I go to a gym, so I don't have to own fitness equipment. And he was like, dude, everybody is hitting me up for that.
to borrow. Can I borrow some of the gear that I
Yeah,
usually
and it's
use?
like I didn't want to ask because I kind of suspected, but it was like, I'm close enough in the circle.
Yeah.
And so I was like, sorry, sorry about that. And so I went to Target, sold out, nothing.
Yeah.
Have I told this story on
No,
here?
no, no.
don't think
I
have.
just
You
know
told
that.
us,
I just know that.
sold out,
Yeah.
except for a single pink 3-pound dumbbell. Single.
Yeah.
This was a weird time because at the same time there was a run on a bunch of stuff.
On toilet paper.
There was also
and
factories had been closed for like a month or two
This is
at this
peak.
point.
This is peak. Like shit's closing now.
Yeah, and there's like not a lot of shit to go around.
And toilet paper is scarce. And so single pink dumbbell and then a kettlebell, which is like a weight with a handle on it. Single kettlebell that was like 40 pounds and it was $85.
Jeez.
And so it's like not a bad weight, but $85.
It's like more than $2.
It's a ball. It's an iron ball. And so I was like, fuck that. And so I check Amazon. Everything cleared out. Cleared out. And so I was like, like I like to work out. I like to lift weights. And so I'm in my mind, it's like, I guess like maybe I have some buckets. Because you can't even get like laundry detergent was even sold out. I mean, anything with like a handle, gallons of milk, like nothing. And so I'm driving home and my neighbor was cutting down a tree that day and he was cutting logs up and putting them out to be picked up. And I was like, can I have one of those logs? And so it was this like 40-pound log. And for 2 months, I worked out with this log.
Kenny Loggins.
Which I named Kenny Loggins. And it was, you had to wear
I was going to say, did you wear gloves?
latex gloves. Because it was just oozing sap.
Oh, okay.
And it was just, you would just get sap, like real deal sap, which like soap doesn't cut. And so I'm working out vigorously.
Also, latex gloves were hard to find at that time,
Yeah,
too.
luckily I had a bunch from, and so I'm like squatting and deadlifting. I mean, it's like serious workout and then peeling these gross.
Yeah.
Just, it was, I mean, I hate that log. I can't wait to burn that log. I haven't done it yet. Anyways, sorry to go off a tangent. The thing I wanted to complain about is when you do buy fitness equipment,
When you're shopping,
when you're just shopping for anything, any fitness
5 pound
equipment,
weight.
find me fitness equipment that breaks this pattern. Is the models they use for fitness equipment are just over the top shredded.
Yeah, they're very
It'll
jacked.
be like the perfect pull-up or whatever.
Yeah.
The dude,
He's like fucking ripped.
it's
Fucking like Mr. Universe.
it's like zero. It's not even that they're buff, which they are.
It's like-
they pick these like 0% body fat people.
Yeah, like
who are
10
just
packs and stuff like
just
that.
shredded, unhealthily
super veiny.
shredded.
Yeah.
And then every photo is like a guy shredded using the thing that you're buying. Like I'm sure this guy uses this like
make
yoga
shit.
mat, like whatever it is I'm buying. They're just always over the top, crazy strong people. So yeah, that was what I wanted to complain. It was just like, why are these people so strong? You can put anyone. It's a pull-up.
Yeah.
They can be wearing a shirt.
Yeah.
I'm not
Well, I
gonna.
don't-
I'm not gonna buy the one with the strongest man.
Look at these results.
It's like, yeah. Is that what they're thinking? Like,
I
you
don't
too
know. Yeah. This is
can
what you'll look
this
like.
person who professionally diets and body builds
All do.
with this generic resistance band
Made in China.
that you're buying, with this Armageddon Sports like hanging ab. I don't know. Anyways, I just thought that was fun.
I feel like we need to do a photo shoot with you and your log.
Yeah.
Just hire some super jacked guy.
shredded
Yeah.
guy lifting a log. I actually really ended up liking the log because it was so irregularly shaped. It's like, this is actually
real
like,
challenge.
Yeah,
this
the
is
weight
kinda
wasn't evenly
practical.
distributed from
Yeah, I was thinking
a-
it'd be funny. Like I should make a fitness device that's just oblong and it's just a piece of wood and just I can sell it for like $80.
You can have like a cartoon picture of your face on it.
Yeah.
It all started during the pandemic.
Yeah, I was in my dorm room. It's not a bad one. Okay, be on the lookout. Patent pending.
Let's steal that idea.
If you steal
folks.
that idea, you have to send me some money. Okay, and finally. Now, I will admit, I did not do any research on this, so I could be wrong.
First time ever.
I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, because you guys might know more. But like for all of the like hubbub about Fast and the Furious and all the like memorable kind of characters that were spun out of that, Johnny Tran just got like zero, like post Furious kind of like runtime. Like no one talks about Johnny Tran.
You're talking about Rick Yoon?
Is that his name? You just looked that up.
Yeah.
But
Here's his picture.
actually, I take that back because he is in that VTech just kicked in yo meme. That's Johnny Tran, right?
Yeah, that's from the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like at least
They made a
that-
meme about him, is
Yeah,
what he's saying.
but like,
yeah.
what was the deal with that guy? Wasn't he just some like rich guy?
Yep.
In the movie.
Yeah, we talked about Ja Rule's
his
arc.
character,
The arc
you mean?
of Johnny Tran. He gets
he's just-
shafted pretty good,
He's
too.
just like a rich dude, right? But did he like even like steal stuff?
No.
Was he even like a
well,
gangster?
remember, no, he had his
He had his
thugs.
family.
And remember, they like, they break
No,
in.
he was a pretty bad guy.
Was he bad?
Yeah, they like break into that shop and they pour motor oil down that
They're
guy's
like,
mouth because he's
yeah.
like, I need these engines for race wars. Remember?
But like, what? Isn't he just like a rich guy? Does he have any like criminal?
I think
he's
it
kinda
was
like
implied that
he's
he
kinda
had some gang.
He's kind of like a vaguely
because then he's like
triad.
shooting people with Uzis and
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, I think he's kind of like probably connected to the triads.
Yeah.
Oh, you think he's like gangster?
I think it was implied.
So I was thinking about it, it's like, isn't this just some rich kid? But then he's like shooting an Uzi off the back of a motorcycle or something, and then his like dad slaps him.
Yeah, because he brought
That's
shame
that
upon
scene.
his family because the cops came and raided his house. Remember?
That was the straw.
Well, let me look at the Wikipedia plot to see what it says.
No,
about
we laid it out. It's
I
all there.
feel-
No, I just want to verify the organized crime.
See, I don't think there's
it-
a link there. I think he's just a rich guy who just like had
No,
too
but he
much.
has fucking Uzis.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Why is he having an
because
Uzi?
he's tied to organized crime, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, I
if
don't
you
think it
say
was.
so.
I don't think it was
It
fleshed
says-
out.
It says Rick Yoon as Johnny Tran, a Vietnamese gang leader and rival of Dominic.
Yeah,
It says
Damn.
gang leader.
yeah, but I mean, it wasn't fleshed out that much. It just
No,
said,
you
yeah,
got to read the novel.
Yeah, you gotta have known the book. Well, I was just thinking about that the other day. I was like, why did that guy have an Uzi? If he's just like, he wasn't even bad. Well, I guess if you're telling me he's a gang leader. Okay, so here's my pitch. I think they should have continued that series in the like
in a realistic way.
in like an initial D.
in the true to the original way with Johnny Tran.
Yeah.
He should have gotten his own spin-off.
because what happens? He gets arrested at the end, right?
Oh, is that the end?
Wait, no.
No, they raid his house and like
Right.
they I don't think
assumed
they
that
actually
he's
arrest him.
Right.
But he's telling the
But he
story
shames
after
his
it happened.
family.
Yeah, he shamed his family.
And
That's as good as being dead.
But I mean, he doesn't appear again.
I think that's
Those
it.
are like his.
Well, they-
because like his guys are the ones that are chasing him on the motorcycle.
I don't remember what happens. Yeah, I don't know if it's him or just his. After they shoot Jesse, they shoot and kill
That's
Jesse.
like his boys.
Yeah, and then they they crash on their motorcycles.
Actually, they never confirmed that Jesse died or not. Huh?
He just got shot up by an Uzi. They shoot Uzis at him.
Yeah,
don't they?
yeah.
But they never say like he died or like they don't mention him again after they just like
He gets pretty lit up.
I would assume he died.
And then doesn't Paul Walker jump in the Supra and immediately go like kill one of Johnny's?
Well, he chases them and like knocks them
falls
off of
off
like
his
a
motorcycle.
like, yeah, they
swear
low
he
side
does
or
like
like they
a-
go off of like a not a cliff but like a hillside.
Doesn't he,
into
like-
the bushes and
like,
stuff like that?
tumbles
Yeah.
Anyways, I feel like Johnny Tran was a solid character and they just killed him off. Is he in the second one? He's gone, right?
I don't think
But
he's
the thing is like he never. I guess it just seemed like he's put behind bars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
because he doesn't die.
Too soon.
They could bring that character back. In
I think they should.
Fast 12.
I was gonna say they should just make like an anime about it.
Yeah, they should just bring him back and it's about him and like his family. That'd be sick. They're like cooking
After they
whatever.
got disrespected.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like pick up the shambles thing. There starts like a gun store. I don't know. Anyways,
Well,
Johnny Tran.
anyways, the actor Rick Yoon, he is in the movie. What is it? Olympus. Olympus Has Fallen. Have you seen that?
No,
That's
I
the White
haven't.
House one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he plays like a North Korean like bad guy.
Oh, really?
And I think that's like probably his other big role. There's a bunch of. Well, actually, there's not a bunch. There's like 12 movies. Well, the thing that I always wonder for an actor like that, I guess he was in a couple TV shows, like 6 or 7 like episodes.
Okay.
Is like, is that his career? Like, is he like?
I mean,
I assume he's known as an actor.
I have heard that 90 plus, I don't know the exact percentage, 90 plus something percent of actors. Have you heard this on
Yeah.
the like Screen Actors Guild
Yeah.
or whatever?
It's not like a paint. It's not like
They
a career.
don't make enough to support themselves
Yeah.
doing that. So I think it's just the ones you hear about are the like mega
Oh wait,
stars.
hold on a second. I think I spoke too soon.
All right.
Apparently, in 2002, he was in a James Bond movie and he was a villain.
Damn.
In,
He's
Die Another Day.
Did they? What's his
Did you
name
know
in
that?
that? Is
No,
it
I didn't
Johnny
know.
Tran?
I didn't know. But
He plays.
Might as well.
That was
his
like
name is just Zhao.
that was peak like his career.
But get this: that year, Yoon was voted as one of People Magazine's sexiest men alive.
Damn,
wow.
he was pretty hot.
That's not
So,
bad.
so he
was an
he
attractive
lived
guy.
a full
he got
life.
his due in the
Yeah.
early 2000s.
I would say.
Damn, Johnny Tran. I had his poster on the wall.
So, but I just wonder, like, if you, I guess he's pretty recognizable.
He's
So if you-
super
So if you see
recognizable.
you saw him, you'd be like Johnny Tran.
Yeah, he'd turn.
Yeah.
But I mean,
He'd be like, "Sup?"
but I just wonder, but he's probably not successful enough for you to like see it. Like you would just like see him at the store or something.
He might be. I
Maybe.
could see him just in
Yeah.
line,
That's what
Yeah.
Rayleigh's,
CVS.
Yeah.
buying eggs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Fast and Furious.
It's just weird. It's just weird when like someone's an actor where like they're recognizable, but you don't know. It's like, does this guy made a career of like
B-list, bro.
Acting.
It's like
B-list?
Noel G.
I was gonna say
No,
I think
he's-
Noel G is like more recognizable. I would say
But I wonder who's more successful.
probably Noel G.
Based on
Really?
what?
He was in bigger.
Money?
He was in bigger Hollywood movies. Like he's in a lot of big stuff. I mean, even though it's a minor
It's a
role,
yeah.
he's still.
Well, you know.
He's still. I'm sure he still got
Depends if
paid
they're
a
getting
decent
I
amount.
wonder if they ever see each other and just like fuck. Man.
He's in like probably.
Fuck. We really fucked up on that one. We almost had
we
it.
could have been key players in this fucking unbelievably huge franchise, but we weren't.
They should just bring them both back. Do like a Hobbs and Shaw thing.
Yeah, Johnny and Hector.
yeah, Johnny and Hector.
That'd be sick.
The fucking franchise, man. Like,
Yeah.
I think we've talked.
Have
about
we talked about the video game and just how awful
Yes.
it was?
I think we did.
Did we talk about that? Okay. God.
Did we?
Yes.
I think we
On
talked
on the cast on the record.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
I remember you talking about mobile game graphics. Okay, well, thank you for. I'm just gonna put the lid on this one. And let's see any more Johnny Tran comment. Johnny,
Let
if
us
you want to
know
weigh in,
yeah.
Rick, if you're listening,
Yeah.
Johnny.
Hit
all
us
right.
up.
Yeah, thank you for being here, man. Johnny and Hector. That'd be a.
I think that, God,
Did Hector get a last name?
he couldn't pronounce it.
Oh, that's right.
he has a last name, but that joke doesn't make fucking sense, right?
I have a last name, but I can't
Why
pronounce
would
it.
he not be able to pronounce his own name? Is that I don't understand that,
Bro, that's racist.
Yeah, I wouldn't fly today.
Well,
I like how
lots
he
of
just like
stuff.
says it.
But I don't get what does that mean? I have a last name, but I cannot pronounce it.
I'm ethnic.
Because it's too ethnic.
Because Paul's white.
I get it. So he's like contrasting.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
but
He
you would
should have
say,
said,
he-
I have a last name, but you won't be able to.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
I think they fucked up on that.
Come on, Noel.
Yeah. Come on, writers.
He was probably like, this doesn't make sense. They're like, just say the,
Yeah. Well, you
just
cannot
say the
pronounce
line. Do you want the $1,500 or not?
Yeah, it should have been. I wonder if he just genuinely fucked it up.
Yeah, that was the best take they had.
He was supposed to say you can't pronounce it. But
Yeah, the
it's
guy
like,
with the scripts, like, that's not the line.
But
Like,
whatever.
yeah, but it's
Close enough.
it would have made so much
It's
more sense if you just
6:30.
said, "I got a last name, but you can't pronounce."
Yeah, then it would have been like a dig on
Yeah.
Like
Brian.
white surfer boy.
You know, Spilkner or whatever his white bread ass cornbread
Sounds like
name
a serial
was.
killer name.
Yeah.
Wait, it's funny because it's like his real name and his fake name are both like super white.
Oh, yeah.
Paul
Connor.
Walker.
Yeah.
Is that what you meant?
No, he's talking about O'Connor.
I guess that.
All three
it's
of
like,
them.
What it's like his wait,
O'Connor.
that's his real name.
Yeah. He's got a little Irish background, apparently.
Okay, so his real name in the movie is Brian O'Connor,
Yes, that's
and
his,
his alias is Brian Spillner.
correct.
It was still Brian.
Yeah.
With
Come on, bro.
Anyone would know
He's not a talented
O'Connor.
enough undercover agent to
With a different super white last name.
Yeah. You know what we should do is like watch Fast and the Furious and just fucking mystery science theater.
Yeah.
Just the whole
I'm pretty
thing.
sure we've had some comments
Yeah.
saying we should do that.
just
So,
play by play.
pausing it like 8,000 times.
It
God.
honestly wouldn't be that far off.
It
of
would probably be like a
podcast
five.
length.
Yeah, it'd be like a 5-hour fucking ordeal.
I guess if we had to pause it, that's true.
Well, we would want to pause it. That's what I was
No,
implying.
I think we could do it without pausing.
All right.
We've seen it enough times.
We're still live, huh?
This is a fucking killer episode.
I'm so sorry. I forgot we jumped back in.
Yeah.
It's like Lil Wayne going back in.
I think the and finally happened like at least 25 minutes ago.
Oh,
And fine.
yeah.
Okay.
So yo.
Popeyes.
All right. Well, thank you for being here. We appreciate it. See you. Bye.
Yeah, just bye.
See you next time. Oh, fuck. I knew Johnny Tran would hit.